Tell me what your thoughts are about the golf pro's ability to demonstrate and correlate that to being able to provide or be a good teacher.
Oh, I don't necessarily think you have to be a great demonstrator if you are. It's kind of a tough one. Like when I teach high level players, I think they respect the fact that maybe I'm not as fast as them anymore, but
Hmm.
they know that I can step up and I can demonstrate greenside shots that maybe they're trying to, get a little bit better at, or, shot shapes, trajectories, that sort of thing. So I think when you can demonstrate to a high level player, then they know that, man, you can do this. And also as a coach that's kind of been in the fire of competition, I know how they feel, choking their guts out coming down the stretch, and how to kind of explain to them, hey, whether it's a woman or a man, you play with courage and you make your decision and you stick with your decision. And the only thing you could be disappointed about is making a swing that isn't courageous. The only thing you can be mad at is just not making your choice and not being courageous. If you miss, you miss. Missing's fine. I have no problem with anybody misses. I have a problem with indecision and lack of courage. So when you play like a man or you play like a woman and you're courageous, you should be proud of that behavior, whether that leads to a victory or a bogey. Doesn't really matter, right? Now, for a coach that maybe wasn't a great junior golfer or a college or professional golfer, you can gather amazing skills nowadays, like body track. You could teach people so much about how a body moves, and how the body responds by with its weight against the ground, and both vertical and rotational abilities and things. Anybody, you don't have to be a great golfer to teach some young person how to put their hands on the club beautifully, right?
Right.
Like I see so many crappy grips, I'm like, come on, coaches, be a stickler with a newbie about how to get your hands on nicely. If you do that from day one, they go through their whole life with a nice pair of hands that will more than not give them a better chance of being an effective golfer, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, whether you're a tour player or just a volunteer coach who loves golf, who's maybe a 15 handicap, you can learn some great stuff online. Pick the coach that you like, whether it's me, whoever, I don't care. Watch how they deliver their information, you know what I mean? And then, choose little bits and pieces of it. If I hear one more coach tell a little kid to keep his head down, I'm going to lose my mind right now. But and interlocking grips that go like this, that's going to make me go crazy too. So there's just things that Knudsen, you knew George Knudsen. Knudsen was great at. I spend a ton of time around him. I keep in my mind, I do whatever I can every day to keep George Knudsen and Mo Norman alive. That's what I do every day. And Van Kern, my mentors, every single day. Because I owe so much to them, and of course my dad and my uncle were instrumental too. But those three guys, and it was mostly George and Ben and Mo a little bit, because Mo would flutter into the national and out, and then I'd see him around here and there, and I'd probably see him maybe 5 to 8 days a summer, and then I got to play with them a couple times as an adult, which was cool. But George and Ben had their style, and it was, this is what George did, and for the most part it holds up today in coaching, and same with Ben, and Ben learned a lot from George. But man, it's a pleasure to kind of take that and introduce his name to people who'd never heard of him, because in 30 years nobody's going to heard of me, and hopefully I've inspired somebody to say, well, this Martin Chuck guy, blah blah blah, taught me how to coach, and this is how he coached, and this is why he's a stickler for this, and this was the process of developing a golfer, right? Like if you came and watched me coach, Terry, it's so simple. Like the walk-in routine and putting the hand on and waggling and taking a look and taking a breath and hitting it or missing it. I don't care if you hit a good one. You
Yeah.
might. I don't care.
You
Show me
should.
the routine of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna miss.
Yeah.
But if you have the routine of it and you just keep working it and working it and working it, instead of one successful shot to five successful shots, now you have four successful shots to one miss. And then when you get better, you have nine successful shots to 10 shots, right? So it's all in a pattern of routine and starting to let the subconscious kind of feel comfortable, and you're not so conscious about everything. You're just kind of more enjoying play. But to enjoy play, you got to be a stickler for a few things, routine, walking routine, and grip. Those are big deals for me, and they're
So
simple.